Step off.
Come on, won't you say it loud? Ayo, we gon' turn this out. Tom Clark's main event. Dropkick now and powerbomb. Ayo, bro, let's bring this on. Hey, hey, what is up? Oh, captain, my captain, show the stuff. Power slammer, suplex 2. Hot garbage is just for you. Beat breaker, cut a code red. Figure 4, hot times ahead. Since 2014, it's on. It's a 10 count, but stand up strong. Hey kid, no DQ, strong style. Chop, this is how we do. Tom Clark's main event. Tom Clark's main event. Tom Clark's main event. Tom Clark's main event.
Hey, what's up, kids? Welcome back to the program. Tom Clark back here with you, as always, on this July 4th, 2025. We hope you and yours are doing great. Hope you're having a safe holiday thus far, and hope you have a safe holiday weekend, yeah? How's your week been? How's everybody doing out there? It's great to see you guys. Thanks for hanging out. I don't know what kind of crowd we'll get. Holidays are always iffy here on the main event, okay? You want to know why? Because people are out enjoying the holiday. They're out doing stuff with their family. They're cooking out. They're doing fireworks. They're doing all kinds of fun stuff. And it's like that on every holiday. Maybe not the fireworks, but you get it. Once again, thanks for hanging out. Before we get started here today, kids, if you will, smash the like button for me. That would mean loads to me. And if you will, share this on your feed, whether you're on the Facebook or the Blue Sky or the Instagram, wherever you are, happen to be right now. Do me a favor. Help spread the word about Tom Clark's main event. If you've never watched the show, what's up? I'm Tom. Good to see you. This is my show. Been going strong since 2014. And we talk about pro wrestling here on this particular podcast. This is one of several podcasts that I have as part of Boink Studios. And you can find us on the YouTube if you're not watching us there. Just go to YouTube and type in Boink Studios, one word, B-O-I-N-K, Boink Studios. You'll find our channel. Do me a favor, kids. Hit like and subscribe, and I would very much appreciate that from you all, as always. So, yeah, as I said, going strong since 2014. We talk about pro wrestling all the time here. But as I said, just one of the many shows that we have. I also have a pop culture podcast called Tom Clark 6M Podcast. We've also reviewed the entire series of Ted Lasso to this point, and it's called Two Nations Under Ted, a Ted Lasso podcast. It's myself and two great guys across the pond in England, Joe Higgins and Jay Luft. So you get opinions from both sides. Two nations, get it? And you'll also find on that channel Tom Clark Reviews. It's just me talking about trailers and other stuff. It's a YouTube exclusive only show. You're not going to find on any of the platforms. It's not a podcast. It's just as I said, YouTube show only. And you're only going to get it by going to YouTube. There's going to probably be big changes coming your way for the main event on Facebook. In case you guys don't know or are not aware, Facebook is deleting live videos. Okay? So I don't care. It's whatever. Anyone that puts their entire life on social media and they don't have it backed up anywhere else on your phone, in a cloud, on a disk, on a hard drive, you're doing life wrong. Because as everybody here knows, Facebook owns everything that you put on it. Okay. And if you lose your account, you've lost everything. You've lost everything you created. You lost all the baby pictures of your kids. You lost pictures of your mom and dad. You've lost pictures of you and your family. You lost some great posts that you really love. You lost videos. You lost pictures. You lost music. It's all gone. Poof, gone. Okay. That's why you never live your life on social media all the time without backing that stuff up. All right. So the time is probably coming when I'm going to stop streaming to Facebook. I don't want to stop right now, but that's why I want to get everybody here that's watching live and after the fact, listening live and after the fact as well. Be sure you're subscribing on YouTube. You can watch us on YouTube. I'm not going to stop streaming to YouTube, okay? But Facebook, as I said, is deleting videos left and right. I think they stay up for like a month at a time, give or take, and then boom, I get a notification. Hey, Tom, your video is going to be deleted. I'm like, why? I'm sure it's for their benefit. It's to, decrease all the weight and the pressure on their servers. I don't really care what the reason is. It doesn't make a difference to me. But again, as I said before, it's just another example of how social media channels just control everything. Everything. So if I decide to stop streaming to the Facebook, and I may do so, I will announce it ahead of time. But all you have to do, kids, is just subscribe on the YouTube. I'll see your comments. I'll throw them on the screen. All good, baby. By the way, speaking of throwing comments on the screen, we're going to try that here today. It's a new beta option here on the platform. We're going to see if we like it or not. Before we go any farther, let's put some stuff up on the screen. There's that. Let's get the ticker ticking. This is episode number 382. We are now 18 weeks away, 18 episodes away from episode 400 and 118 episodes away from episode 500. Can you believe it? We are churning right along, kids, and we are very, very glad to have you guys on board. It means loads to us. And I appreciate you very much. If you'd like to show some love to the podcast, to everything I do, and that I was going to say my guys, I don't mean that in any kind of way. The guys I record with and gals I record with there on Boink Studios. If you'd like to show your support, buy me a cup of coffee. You can put as little as $1 in there. You can put as much as you want. Times are tough. I get everybody's watching their pennies. I completely understand. You do what you can do. And again, none of my stuff's behind a paywall. It never has been. I don't have any plans to do so. But if you appreciate the content, doing all the podcasts is not free. Okay. None of this stuff is free. I pay for all this stuff. All right. From the equipment to the platforms to the monthly fees and everything else. It can get pricey. And again, I don't want to put any of my stuff behind a paywall. I just would rather not do that. So if anybody can do anything, again, it's something as simple as a cup of coffee. It would mean loads to me. And if you go to that website that you see before you, there's a package there. And it's very, very, very cheap. It's very reasonable, very affordable. And there's some cool stuff involved in it as well. Let's get some comments up on the stage. I'm going to see what I think about this. It may not cooperate. I don't think it's going to cooperate. I'm attempting to bring them up, and it's not cooperating. That's all right. It may be because I have the overlay up. I don't know. It'll be fine. Let's start from the top here, kids. JP in the house. Happy July 4th to you. Fernando, good to see you, my friend. Fernando already subscribes and likes on the YouTube and comments all the time. Fernando, I appreciate you, my friend, very much. Let's see. Fernando's watching in 2 places. That's how cool Fernando is. Grill and fireworks ready to go. I hear you. Sandy in Germany. Sandy in Germany's not celebrating Independence Day, but we're glad he's here also. JP's booing somebody. Don't know why. Maria, good to see you, my friend. She is watching us from the YouTube. We appreciate you very much. Thank you, Sandy in Germany. You're very cool. Yes, you have, of course, subscribed. I appreciate it. Wilf, I'm not going away, my friend. The show's not going to stop, but I may stop streaming to Facebook. But if you've got YouTube, you're good. You're good. That's all you need. And there are options to stream to other channels. I may start streaming to Blue Sky. I'm thinking about it. I'm not crazy about the guy that runs the Facebook, to be honest. And I'm not crazy about how they do things here. So again, it's a long time coming. If I choose to do something, I will let everybody know here ahead of time. I won't just pull the plug without telling anybody. Okay, it won't happen. I promise you. But the show's not going anywhere. If you're a fan of the show, first of all, thank you. I appreciate you. Show us some love by going to that website that you see in front of you. I would greatly appreciate that, of course, very much. And I'm going to drop a link here. If you will, go and check us out. I'd appreciate that as well. Again, not asking for a whole lot, kids. I'll also drop the YouTube there in the chat as well, so you guys can have it. And there she is. Give it a sec. Give it a sec. And I said give it a sec. Things take time. And boom, there it is. Hey, all right. I got to put that merch page back up there, Sandy in Germany. I appreciate you, my friend. Sandy's bought stuff. Sandy's bought stuff. Yeah, listen, JP, it's just a pain. It's a pain, man. Like, you know, I put a lot of work into these shows. I ain't looking for a pound in the back. I'm just saying I put a lot of work in these shows, and only to have a platform tell you, oh, you did put some work in, huh? Well, we don't care. We're deleting them. All right, man, whatever. It just begs the question, why am I streaming here? Other social platforms aren't deleting my videos. So, and it's not just me, it's everybody, right? Live streams are being deleted. It is what it is. I'm just not crazy about that. And again, I don't like my stuff getting controlled by a social media platform. It makes me nuts. Makes me nuts. Now, the podcast isn't going away, as I said before. If you subscribe to the audio version, you're good to go. You can see down below everywhere we are. We're on Spotify and iHeartRadio and Audible and Amazon Podcasts, and basically wherever there's a podcast platform, you're going to find us there. There's very, very few that we're not on, put it that way. And of course, the boinkstudios.com, as I've pushed many times before here on the shows, we've got links to all the podcast platforms there as we speak. So if you want to go check that out, you absolutely can. Let's get to the show this week, kids. If you read the description, you know what we're doing this week. This is the 6th edition of Open Floor Friday. That means anything goes within reason. Some stuff we don't want to get into here because we want to be respectful of each other and each other's belief systems. And you guys know I'm an all-inclusive show. Everyone's welcome in my audience, despite what your ethnicity is, your persuasion, your opinions. We're all welcome. But I won't take any ignorance. Okay. You guys know how I roll, and all you guys are cool. Okay. But the first person to start showing themselves just because they can will be shown the door. And that's not just me being a jerk. That's me just being honest. But again, I've got a great audience. You guys are awesome. So I have no fear whatsoever. But I just thought I'd lay the groundwork for you. There are some things I would like to cover. And I've basically got 4 things queued up. And the rest of the show is just going to be, again, Open for Friday. Whatever you guys want to talk about, we're going to talk about it. You guys throw it to me. And let me know what you think. Fernando, for sure. Happy family. No doubt about it. Let's talk a little bit about AEW 300. We've already had a comment or two about it. And in case you guys did not see AEW 300, so it was a Superman themed episode. By the way, I enjoyed that very much. I'm very much looking forward to that new Superman film. I actually can't wait to see it. I'm very, very pumped to see it. Can I be honest with you? We had Kazuchika Okada defeating Kota Ibushi in a great match. We all knew it was going to be great. Those guys delivered. Kota looks awesome. I had a couple of doubts, not that he would get back to form, but Kota's been dropped on his head a whole bunch through the years. And, but he looks to be in great shape, looks to be healthy, and he and Okada tore it up as we knew they would. Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay defeated La Facion and Gurbanable of Jalisco and the Beast Mortos. Great match. Bandito and Paragon, Konosuke and Takeshita and the Young Bucks. And, of course, I think it was Takeshita pinned Bandito. They got that World Championship match for Ring of Honor coming up a week from today, actually. So next week we'll be reviewing or previewing that show as well as AW All In. Next week's going to be a big show, kids. I'm going to have some guests on the show. You guys don't want to miss it. So, again, 7 days out from that big show. Anthony Bowens, AR Fox, Brody King, MJF for the number 2 spot in the men's casino gauntlet match and All In. As we know, MJF won that. Mercedes Moné defeated Mina Shirakawa for the AWTBS championship. She defended the championship. She's still your champ. It was a fun show. It was a crazy fun show. AEW delivers. I don't know what more to tell you, man. Everybody that hates on AEW, you can have your opinions. You can like what you want. You can hate what you want. I don't really care. It's not up to me what you like and what you don't like. But for people who hate on AEW because it's fashionable, because they're a WWE lifer and they refuse to look at anybody else, I think it's weird. I don't understand it. I mean, if AEW didn't exist, but you hated on New Japan or you hated on TNA, I would still think that's weird. I don't get it. I just don't get it, man. This isn't the days of the Monday Night Wars when there's 2 big companies and that's all you got. There's a lot of competition here. And I don't care what people think about the word competition. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care how it sounds. I don't care. You guys know what I mean. There's choices. There's options. So there's no reason to be unhappy with pro wrestling in this day and age. Honestly, there's just so much great pro wrestling out there. Scott is here. Scott, are you still doing #truth, my friend? I haven't talked to you in a hot minute. I was just curious. I know the show's been kind of back and forth over the years. Thanks for hanging out, man. Everybody go check out Scott. Send him a friend request. Fernando, you're right. Giant wrestling, man. Next week's show is going to be fun. I mean, this week's going to be fun too. You get it. I don't take days off. Well, I take days off. You know what I mean? Sometimes I take days off. I don't mean take days off as if I get lazy on the show. It's not like that. But, next week's going to be a big one. Absolutely going to be a big one. JP says Cedric Alexander will not be joining doesn't look like that. At least not for now. You're right about that, Jeff. I don't know how I feel about that. I honestly thought maybe they'll make it happen. And you know what? I don't know that they need him. There's some stuff going on about the Hurt Syndicate, and we don't have to get too awful deep in the weeds. But here's what I'll tell you. There's things going around about these guys and it's just started as whispers. Can I be honest with you? It just started as whispers. And now what I understand is maybe the whispers are true, that supposedly they don't want to lose. I'm not spreading false news or false headlines. You guys are free to believe what you want and free to feel the way you want about it. And maybe all that is incorrect. But here's what I'll tell you. If the Hurt Syndicate is indeed, they don't want to lose, and they're dictating their run, that they beat everybody down and they don't want to lose. Well, you can get mad at MVP, Lashley, and Benjamin, but it's weird. You know who you should be upset at? Mr. Khan, because he runs the company. So if, and it's a big fat effing if, okay? Two letters, big word, if. If it's true, Hurt Syndicate's calling their own shots, they don't want to lose, blah, 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 blah. I don't know how you get upset at that. It's kind of like getting upset at Brock Lesnar for going on the tear that he's gone on many, many times before. Well, I don't like it, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but Brock wasn't booking himself. And if he was being allowed to, that's still not really his fault, is it? You can only do what the boss allows you to do. So if Khan is allowing the Hurt Syndicate to sort of call their own shots, I don't know how everybody's getting upset at the Hurt Syndicate for that. How much sense does that make? You can make the argument that, hey, you should be more professional, blah, blah, blah. I get that totally. But again, the boss is going to let you get away with it. How's people get upset at the talent? Isn't that weird? I don't get that at all, man. Jay's here, everybody, from the Untitled Wrestling Podcast. And also from Two Nations Under Ted Lasso Podcast. Plug, baby. All the time. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate you. JP says he just showed up on TNA Impact, so it might be up to at least a year. He also says it's like getting mad at Mox for not losing. Sure. And by the way, did Mox not look great Wednesday? Mox has always been in shape, but man, it's almost like, well, I guess because you don't see him working all that much and he's basically just wearing the tee and going in and out. Buddy, when that shirt comes off, past week, 2 weeks or so, you're like, God, man, Mox has really been working out. You know what I mean? I'm like, of course, what am I? Yeah, right. Of course he's staying in shape. But like, man, he's in great shape, dude. Right? And Mox can still talk. He can still talk a streak. And I know people don't like the Death Riders thing. I've vented frustrations about it here before. It's fine. But like, no one can take away from how freaking great Mox is. If you take away from how freaking great Mox is, you have your eyes closed, baby. You don't have any idea what you're talking about. I don't care what anybody says. That's the truth. You're not paying attention. Mox is on his game. Okay. And you're right that the thing you said about, him not losing, I totally get it. And I've complained about it myself. But hey, still, you can't take away from John and what he's accomplished in AEW. It'd be crazy to even attempt to do so. There's Britt Baker. Try again. Rewind. There's Britt Baker rumors going around out there, kids. Whole bunches of people thinking that Britt Baker is going to show up in the WWE or in WWE because putting the in front of it is freaking dumb. It's always been dumb. I'm sorry. Look, here's what I'll tell you. Where do I start? So anything can happen. Let me start with this. Anything can happen. Yeah. Anything can happen. And so because of that, I can't sit here and say you will never see Britt Baker in a WWE ring. I think that would be dumb to say that. As I've vented here many times in the past, for those guys out there and gals who say words like never this and never that, you must have the straight dope. You must have all the information. Because, buddy, from my chair, there's no such thing as I know this and I know that. I'll tell you what I think. I'll give him my analysis, but that's all I can do. And again, for people who talk about this is and that is, and I guarantee those are dumb things to say. I'm sorry. If you want to be that guy, I guess I can't stop you. But that's a dumb thing to say. You paint yourself in a corner and you're going to end up stuck in that corner and can't get out, right? Freaking ridiculous, man. You guys know I don't roll that way. So let me tell you this. While I will not sit here and say the words, you will never see Britt Baker in a WWE ring, I will say these words. If you see Britt Baker in a WWE ring, I would be shocked. I think CM Punk had a better chance of going back to WWE than Britt Baker does signing with WWE. And that's coming from a guy who thought Punk would never go back to WWE. There's history with Baker. And I was asked a year ago not to say anything. And I have kept my word and I haven't said a thing. Okay? People want to get it out of me. It's not going to happen. The guys I record with behind the scenes sometimes want to get out of me, but I'm not doing it because I've been asked not to talk. So I'm not talking. Okay? So I would be shocked if we saw Britt Baker in a WWE ring. WWE, that's what I'll say. I can't say anymore. I can't tell you why. You can either draw your own conclusions or believe speculation or whatever it is you want to do. But I would be absolutely shocked. JB says Britt Baker might come in and be one of the participants in the battle royal as a one-off at Evolution. I would be stunned. There's a really good reason for that too. Man, I wish I could tell you, but I can't. There's stuff. There's stuff. Y'all trust me, right? I've never steered you wrong. Not intentionally, okay? So I'm just being straight with you. There's stuff. Okay? Hello, Josh. Good to see you, my friend. Sandy's pumped up for Evolution too. Took him long enough, didn't it? Fernando says, I think the Hurricane is too professional to expect to never lose. See, I think I agree with you. And plus, you guys know what I've been telling you this for years. If any of you's ever paid attention, hopefully you're listening. Right? But always side with the talent, never side with the billion-dollar company. I'm not changing my tune. I still hold to that. However, if I'm the booker and I'm a reasonable guy and I've got plans and I need you to fit in with those plans and be part of the team, brother, you're going to lose some matches. Now, I'll try to take care of you. I don't want you to look like a fool, and I'll lay the plan out for you ahead of time. I've done all this before, right? But like, you're going to have to lose. I can't, it is what it is. So no, I agree. It seems asinine to believe that that's what's really going on behind the scenes. But dude, it's hard to say, isn't it? Hard. Want to know why it's hard to say? Because none of us are there. We're all going based off speculation and speculation alone. That's all we got, man. That's all we got. Maria, I'm here. Nah, I'm here. I am here. I thought I was going to take the day off. Eric Jackson in the house. What's going on, my friend? Good to see you. Why not use Britt Baker to put AEW women over? Why is she not on TV? How come she ain't been on TV in a year? Was it November, I think, was the last time she's been on TV? There's stuff there. I just, Oh, trust me. I had Chris Patton. Chris, like, you can tell me. I won't tell anybody. I was like, dude, I trust you. I do trust you. But brother, when someone asks me to keep something and I give my word, that's just how it is. I would never keep my word to hurt somebody. You know what I mean? If I knew something that was going to hurt somebody, I would never. I just tell that person in front, don't entrust me with this because I'm not doing it for you. Right? But if it's not going to hurt anybody and I'm asked, don't say anything, I'm not going to say anything. You know what I mean? JP says, wasn't Tessa Blanchard blacklisted, but she is back now in TNA Impact as she originally got blacklisted before. Baker's not blacklisted. Baker's, yeah, she ain't blacklisted. But as I said before, I will not say you won't see her in a WWE ring. That would be dumb. I won't do that, okay? I won't do it. Would I be shocked and stunned? You better believe it. And there's a really good reason for that. Tom, do you see who's like the stream? I'm not sure I know what you mean, my friend. There's some truth to that, Fernando, but I can't speak to a lot of that currently in AEW. Put it that way. Sandy said the Iconics could be at Evolution. You know what? Why not? They're making a comeback, yeah. Making a comeback. We've crammed in a lot already. I'm out of breath. I need a nap. By the way, your boy's still working out 3 days a week. See that? There ain't nothing there, but I'm working on it. I'm down 11 pounds, Jack. I feel pretty darn good about that. Do I look slimmer in the face? That's my best side right there. Check that. I ain't messing with you. Man. I'm down 11 pounds. I'm pretty happy about that. Now, if I gain a pound by this time next week, I'm going to be furious. And I'll be throwing stuff. But right now, I'm happy. Yeah, working out 3 days a week, man. Going to the gym and trying to eat better. Eat cleaner than I have in a long time. I feel great, man. I really feel great. Like the key, if you guys work out or if you're thinking about starting or going back or whatever, I can't say it works for everybody, but I used to work out with nothing on my stomach. Horrible idea. I can't do that anymore. Several years ago it worked. I can't do it now. I get sick, really sick. And my legs feel like they each weigh 100 pounds. It's no kidding. Like bricks, like just like logs, man. Like I can't get up. Horrible. So like this morning I had a banana. That was it. It's all I had on the way to the gym. But buddy, it made a difference. And then after my workout, went and got a bagel. That was it. That was my breakfast. And I haven't had lunch today. I won't eat till about another hour and a half, give or take. So like it's not about starving yourself, right? It's just about being moderate. And you can cheat. You can still have good meals that are delicious, but you just can't do that 5 days a week, man. It's just tough. Yeah, it's just tough. Josh, I'm sorry, Josh. You see blue likes on stream. Yeah, I don't, yeah. I'm refreshing my page right now. Maria says Britt Baker bullied Thunder Rosa when she was injured with the women's title. Yeah, and there was that bit where Serena Deeb came out on stage and Britt was looking at the camera going, "Nobody cares," like that. And I thought, I don't know if I've ever heard anyone have any kind of heat with Serena Deeb because I think everybody loves Serena Deeb. She's incredibly professional. I think she's well liked. Never heard a negative word about her. Ever, dude. And she's so freaking good in the ring, and she helps every woman she works, you know. And I'm like, well, if you're going to get upset about that, I mean, I guess that sucks, but you know, is that one of the things? I don't know. By itself, it didn't look like much, but maybe when compounded with other things, maybe it's a big deal, right? JP says inspiration or Impact Wrestling right now. That's true. That's right there, the inspiration. 2 eyes. So there you go. Yep. Let's see. What else did I want to cover here today? Let's also talk about Kenny Omega returning. You guys thought that was pretty cool. Yeah. The Golden Lovers reunited once again on AEW 300. As if there was any doubt that Kenny would be on that show. Kenny looks great. Kenny, again, that shirt came off and you're reminded of how incredibly great Kenny looks. And remember when he first came back, he was still toned, but fairly slim. He's bulking up. You can tell his body. I mean, he just looks great. I mean, these guys, as the older they get, of course, it's harder to keep yourself there. I mean, John Cena deserves a medal for still looking the way he looks, man. Now, granted, he doesn't have the traps he used to have and stuff. And, you know, but you know what? That coming from a guy who doesn't have traps at all. But I got that. You can't see that because there's nothing there. But you know what? They're sore because I've been not lifting. I do ellipticals, right? They're sore. Okay. Doesn't that count for anything out there? Please say it counts for something. Don't leave me hanging. Don't let me down. Hey, Tom serenades the audience on the I was getting ready to say the 6M podcast. I got too many shows. There's another one coming, by the way. We're going to be announcing the next 2 weeks. We're recording episodes now, not right now. This is another show, but you know what I mean. It's me and 3 of my compatriots, 3 of my homies, 3 of my posse, 3 of the posse, 3 co-hostesses with the mostesses. 3 guys. 4 guys in a podcast. We're just going to call it 4 guys in a podcast. Just 4 guys in a podcast. Anyway. Sandy says, can't wait for Happy Gilmore 2. Brother, if you haven't watched Tom Clark Reviews the Happy Gilmore 2 trailer, boy, are you missing out. Sandy, I'll bet you've already seen it, haven't you? Huh? I thought it was a good little review. I'm quite proud of it. That's right, Sandy. Serena was part of the Straight Edge Society. What a great gimmick, dude. I think, in my opinion, Punk's best work was with the Straight Edge Society. And of course, they cut it short before it still had plenty of legs, and they just cut it. Because what that company does. Timing's horrible most of the time. That thing was still working. It was still fine. It was still clicking. Maria says, do you think Arnold is still in shape under them suits he wears? I'd be shocked if Arnold wasn't in shape. Arnold has lived his entire life in shape. Now, is he bodybuilder shape? Maybe not. But is he in great shape and very healthy? Buddy, you better believe it. I'd be stunned if he wasn't. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Because, and part of it is, I think a man's ego wouldn't allow him to slide that much. Do you know what I mean? Like, you'd want to stay in shape. Not just because you want to be healthy, and Arnold's always been healthy, but also because you're expected to look a certain kind of way. You know what I mean? Cena knows he's expected to look a certain kind of way. When the retirement thing happens, if he never, ever wrestles again, John Cena is going to stay in shape. He may lose 20 or 30 pounds of muscle and tone himself up, but he's never not going to be in shape. That's how it is, right? Kids, we've went 34 minutes. Look at that. Before we continue with the show, let's plug a couple of things. Do me a favor, kids. Watch and listen to this.
Boink Studios is the home of Tom Clark's main event, Tom Clark's 6M podcast, and Two Nations Under Ted, a Ted Lasso podcast. Visit the site today for links to every podcast platform, social media, special announcements, and a lot more. Check out the site and bookmark today, boinkstudios.com.
There you go, kids. BoinkStudios.com. B-O-I-N-K, BoinkStudios.com. Find us on the YouTube. Find us on the website. Go check out the shows, and there's more coming. Want to know why? Because I loves doing this. It makes me happy. I was working on the brand new show today. Can't tell you what it is. But it's quite lovely. We're having a blast doing it, and we hope that you will have a blast listening to it and watching it. Video and audio. How's about that? You can't beat that with a stick, can you? Nope. I didn't think so. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to tell everybody. We're having fun. We always have fun. Sandy and Fernando both tag teaming the Punk thing. Did you see where people gave him grief about it? I'm like, did y'all not see him ripping on Jeff Hardy and mocking him back in the day? Did we forget? People just want to hate stuff, man. Can I be real? Y'all know that, don't you? They just want to hate stuff. Like, I got thoughts on the Punk thing. I got thoughts since the AEW stuff. The fact that he went back to this company that fired him via FedEx on his wedding day. I got thoughts about him going to Saudi Arabia and taking that payday. I got lots of thoughts. It's no point in talking about him. You guys can probably figure it out. But for anybody to say that Punk isn't still good at what he's doing is crazy. I'm not saying he's the best in the ring, but I'm saying for him to the psychology part of it and the way he puts things together and the way he what he can do on camera, Punk absolutely still has it. So yeah, I thought all that was pretty cool. By the way, I thought him ribbing John was much better than John ribbing him. The pipe bomb promo is so played out, and I bet Punk feels the same way. I didn't care to see John Cena repeat everything word for word for word for word for word. I don't think, in my opinion, to me, I didn't feel that. I don't think the John Cena character did himself any favors by doing that. But I think Punk's ripping on him was awesome. It ain't about heel and face either, man. I don't care about all that right now. It's just my opinion. I don't think that the whole John doing Punk's promo, it didn't work for me. Not for me. JP says, look at The Rock and Batista. They stay in shape. Boy, Batista has really slimmed down. Have you seen him lately? Batista has really slimmed down. But it's cool. It's all good. Batista's quite a bit older than John is, man. Quite a bit older than John is. You got to remember, Batista didn't get in the game till way late. Is he still in great shape? Of course he is. He's not in the animal shape, and he doesn't need to be. At some point, it's like, I don't need to be that guy anymore. I can be that guy, mentally, I guess, but physically, as I said before, it's too hard to stay there. Not impossible, but tougher. And like, he's no longer in the business of selling his body, which sounds way dirtier than I meant it. You know what I mean? When you make a living in your underwear and you have to look good on camera doing it, I mean, you got to look good, right? Even if your version of good is you got a belly on you, you still have to look the part. You got to at least get cardio in. You got to at least be in shape, right? But I mean, when those days are over, why do it? Why? What's the point of that? You know what I mean? Thank you, Sandy. You're awesome. Let's talk about Mox and Hangman at All In. I got 2 words for you kids. Texas Death. Huh? Man, this match is going to be fun. It's going to be big. It's going to be smash mouth in the best possible way. Mox and Paige are both going to bring it. You guys know that. Texas Death adds a whole other element to any match, but especially when Mox is on the bill. Paige has brought it. He knows how to do this. He and John together, in my opinion, I think this will be a candidate for match of the year. Not to set it up too awful much for you, because anything could happen, but I definitely think it's going to be there. Sandy says, I'm not hating on Goldberg last match. He deserved a last match on his turn. And you know what, Sandy? I love your attitude. And by the way, Sandy, if you did hate it, they don't care. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool that you don't, because you're not a hater anyway. But like, if you were, they don't care. Like, companies are going to do what they're going to do. AEW does not care what we think. All right, let me backpedal. They care to a point. And of the 2 companies, which company will react quicker to doing something because the fans have complained? AEW every time, hands down, no questions asked, period, end of story. Put that stuff in the bank, lock the door, throw away the key, put it in the ocean, take a nap, get on with the rest of your life. They're the first company that will make adjustments if the fans aren't happy. If you don't believe me, what happened to that other song that they gave me to Shirakawa? What happened to that? Gone, isn't it? And why? Because Tony listened. Because more often than not, they want to send you home happy over there. WWE, they don't care what you think. They've never cared. The old man didn't care. The younger man doesn't care. None of them care. They never have. They'll tell you they do. It's a lie. Okay? It's not true. It's not true. This is the same company that thumbs its nose at people who go on social media and comment on wrestling. It's the same company that thumbs its nose at pro wrestling writers and thinks they're a joke, because they do. It's the same company that thumbs its nose at podcasters like me who don't have 1 million followers. We're a joke to them. That's the truth. I'm sorry. It's how I feel. It ain't how I feel. It's the truth. They can't nobody tell me any different either. That's not me planting my feet and refusing to move. That's me being blunt with you guys, man. Now, AEW as a company, how much they care about Tom with no 1 million followers on his podcast? Maybe not a lot. Maybe not at all. But let me tell you this. This is the truth. You don't want to believe me, it's fine. And I won't mention names, but I don't think I've ever revealed this here on the show before. Tony Khan himself has snuck into the DMs on Twitter of pro wrestling writers who don't have 1 million followers. I ain't making that up. I know that. I know that. Okay. You want to know why? Because Tony is a little paranoid, because it matters to him what's said about his company. It does matter to him. And I respect that to a point. Notice I said to a point. At some point, you're the boss. You got to take the reins. Not saying he's not. Don't anybody get upset. But I'm just saying, sometimes it feels weird, the stuff he does. But look, who am I to judge? Tony's got a whole bunch of money, and I do not. So, what do I know? Fernando says, Hangman defeated Moxley in a Texas death match in the past. And I'm telling you, I think they're going to kill it. I think this is going to be a huge match. JP says, how many actors and actresses start to work out when they find they have a shirtless scene in movies? I'll bet it's probably more than you think. And, you know, plus through the years, you hear stories about actors who put on weight for roles or lose weight for roles. Then you have other actors that just kind of show up and they write stuff for them. You know what I mean? Man, to be in that position where you don't even have to read, just show up. We got a part. You want it? Sure. And you just go do it. Learn your lines and read them. That's it. Man. I'm just saying. Hey, I'm not hating. I'm not hating. Be great to have that position, wouldn't it? Where you could just kind of write your own check. Wouldn't that be great? Do it your way. Dude, that's the life right there, man. That's what you want, isn't it? Come on now. That's what you want. That's all I got queued up for you today, kids. We've got another 15 and change, and then we're gonna go start our holiday weekend here in the States anyway. And yeah, man. So whatever you guys want to throw out there, as we said before, it is Open Friday. Try again. Open Floor Friday, number 6. Yeah. So whatever you guys got. Any Hollywood news you want to talk about? It's going to be a big month. Superman movie's coming out next week. Fantastic Four comes out 26, I think. It's going to be a huge month for comic book fans, man. I am watching Ironheart. I've not watched episodes 5 and 6. I'm enjoying the show so far, but something happens with Riri. She makes a really, really crap decision in episode 3 that I'm like, that's not a good decision. It's something a hero would never do, ever. And it kind of ruined it for me. I'm going to finish the series, but people seem to like it, which, by the way, I love. You know why? Talk about thumbing your nose at people. I am sick. I am sick of African American women being trashed. I am sick of whether it's comic book or sci-fi or whatever the genre. I don't care. When genders are switched, I am sick of people being upset. I'm sick of it. I'm not talking to you guys. You guys are cool, right? But to the rest of you, get a life, man. Get a life. I don't like a Star Wars, and I don't like Marvel. Then don't watch it. It's real easy. Wake up, get over yourselves, and stop. Just don't watch it. Because I'm going to tell you who's in the comments when these new shows happen, even before they happen. You know who's in the comments? White guys. Shocker, right? They're the ones that have a problem with it. Look, I'm on the record. I won't spend all day on this. I'm on the record before. A lot of stuff I grew up with has been mishandled. Transformers is a prime example. But I'm not crying about it. Want to know why? Because they didn't ruin Transformers for me. I still got the comics. Wish I still had the toys. I still got the comics, and I still have the series. I still got the movies. I'm good. I mean, the animated movies, all right? I don't care for that crap Michael Bay did. He's coming back. I don't care. I'm not watching it. I don't care for his version. And it is a version. It is not the definitive Transformers franchise. It is his version of it. Okay? Period. End of story. I thought the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie was fantastic. And I love the comics leading up to it. I'm not a big fan of the animated series, if I'm being real. I'm just not. I mean, I get it, the song, and there's some not historical, but some nostalgia. I get it. I'm not a big fan. I was a fan of the books, and I'm a fan of that first movie. The movies that came afterward, it's not for me. But I don't hate on them because they're just not for me. Okay? I move on with my life. People can't help themselves. Can't help themselves. They hate, hate, hate. All social media is hate, 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 hate. It is crazy. I don't know. Where is Ray Dean? Sandy in Germany. Let's tag him. I just messaged him. We'll see if he's around. He may not be around. I messaged him in real time. What do y'all think about that? Put him on the spot. Me, him, and Phil Lindsay are doing the Creed trilogy on the 6M podcast. We just released episode 1 3 days ago. Creed, we're doing part 2. We just recorded part 2. That's going to come out this coming Tuesday. So everybody stay tuned for that. And then we're going to do Creed 3. It'll come out the week after. New episodes of 6M podcast every Tuesday, Jack. Can't beat that with a stick, can you? No, I said no. Sandy said it's hot in Germany, 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Brother, it's baking here as well, my friend. But I'm not complaining about it. You know why? Because I hate the cold weather. I've made that very clear. I hate the cold weather. And it says, what's your Mount Rushmore of American Patriot gimmick wrestlers? Dusty Rhodes, Sergeant Slaughter, John Cena, I guess. Although I got some problems with John in terms of social media, who he follows and whatnot. Just saying. Magnum TA, maybe. My list is old school. That'll be my 4. Don't tell me about the last episode, Fernando. I haven't watched yet. I still got to watch 5 and 6. I have read Hail Mary Maria, and by the way, since you're on the YouTube, you're on Boink Studios, aren't you? Check out Tom Clark Reviews. I just dropped it this Tuesday, or I'm sorry, I dropped it yesterday, actually. Tom Clark Reviews. It's the first look at the Project Hail Mary trailer. You're already there, Maria. Check it out. It's not a long watch at all. It's like, is it 14 minutes? I don't even know how long it is, to be honest with you. It is 15 minutes, 12 seconds. Can't beat that. You're on the YouTube. Go check it out. I think you'll like it. By the way, great audiobook too, if you haven't listened to audiobook. But yeah, it's a great read. I think the trailer looks fantastic. JP says they're releasing the very first TMNT live action movie for the 35th anniversary on August 19th and 22nd. Oh, great. That'll be fun. Oh, I see. Ray, JP says, just saw a post of Ray celebrating his friend's birthday right before your podcast started. There you go. There you go. Hacksaw's a great pull, Maria. I'll swap out Magnum for Hacksaw. I'll do that. That works, right? That's a good foursome. That's a good foursome. Yeah. What else you got, kids? We got 9 minutes at the top of the hour. We still got a few folks here. Thanks, everybody, for hanging on as long as you have. I really didn't think we'd have anybody today, if I'm being real with you, because I just assumed people would be out starting their 4th. Usually we have more folks watching from around the world. We did not have the Dave down under in Australia. He wasn't here. Davey Squires is in Scotland, I think. We didn't have those 2 fellows here with us this week. Sandy in Germany is our international representation. He's representing. So that's cool. We appreciate you. And then Jay was here earlier from England. We have an international assembly of Tom Clark's main event fans. Hey, man, just saying like it is. Sandy, it's late for you, isn't it? What time is it for you? There's 5 hours between me and the UK. Is it 6 or 7 for you, maybe? What time is it for you right now? It's almost 5 o'clock p.m. here. Is it 12 maybe? Almost midnight for you? Fernando says, how are the Transformers in the comics compared to the movies? I mean, The comics stick more to the animated series, but they're more for adults than the animated series was, right? And depending on which company you're talking about, because I think IDW, I forget who owns the rights to Transformers now, because it was Marvel. Marvel flipped, I think IDW bought the rights, but now I'm not sure who has it. Seems like another publisher has. I don't know if Image has Transformers now, but someone does. Was at a comic convention a couple weeks ago, and I just saw it. And there were some books there, but I didn't pick any of them up. It depends on which run you're talking about. What's your favorite Independence Day cookout meal? Burgers, man. I'm old school because I can make a burger. Believe that. I holler at your boy, you want a burger, because I hook you up, because I can make a burger. Believe that. It's true, man. My wife will tell you, I am the cook of the family. If I didn't cook, food wouldn't get cooked. You hear me? No food would get cooked. Comments still are not working to show on stage. Isn't that funny? JP, I'd give you the series to start with, but I don't really have one. If you can find you a trade paperback, if I find something, I'll shoot you a link online. But seemed like IDW did a pretty good job when they had it. I always assumed that drawing Transformers comics were tougher than regular books because everything you're drawing is square. But I could be wrong. Maybe that's easier than trying to do anatomy. You know what I mean? I think about that sometimes. Am I watching football, Sandy? So the Premier League starts back up when? A couple weeks or so? I think maybe August. I think Premier League starts up. I think. By the way, Liverpool lost a player this week. Him and his brother died in a freak car accident. So they were trying to pass a car. They passed a car and their tire blew out and it killed both of them. So condolences to their family for sure, man. Should Mercedes defeat Thomas, Tony? I say no. We'll talk about it more next week, Fernando. We're going to do our preview show next week. But I say no. It's going to be a tough one, isn't it? It's going to be tough because someone's got to lose this match unless you just pull a BS ending, which AEW doesn't like to do the countouts and disqualifications and time limit draws. They've done them, but they don't like them. They like clear winners, which I respect. But that leaves the door open as to who you're going to put over here. Good question. I feel like Tony's winning. I mean, Tony loses, that belt's gone. And now Mercedes has all the belts. Okay. So at that point, who beats Mercedes? Have they even thought that far? And I'm sure they have. But like Mercedes loses the belt. Now Tony's got both belts. It's still kind of the same. Pardon me. Still kind of the same problem, isn't it? One thing's for sure. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. That match is going to slap. Sandy, I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you for hanging out with us. That water's killing me. JP says comic book rights Transformers are currently held by Skybound, an imprint of Image. Yeah, and I can't remember who started Skybound. I actually could tell you who started everything back in the day. Like Wildstorm was Jim Lee. Boom Studios was Liefeld. Top Cow was Silvestri. I'll never remember the rest now. Yeah, I'm a comic book guy, man. You know what I'm going to do for one of the main events? I haven't done this in years. I'm going to bring a stack of wrestling magazines and do some show and tell. I did that on an episode several years back, and it was fun too, boy. I mean, I enjoyed it. Anyway, I'm telling Ray that we're missing him on the show. This moment of typing brought to you by Tom Clark's Main Event. There we go. Let's see. What else we got here? We got about 3 minutes at the top of the hour. 3.5. What you guys got? What you got for me? I think the Batman 2 will get made, but I think it's going to take a while. And everybody giving James Gunn nonsense and crap over it. I don't think they understand that these things take time. And I don't think I think Gunn made it clear that this is an Elseworld story. DC has a continuity problem. I mean, after the Superman movie, they won't have a continuity problem. But a lot of stuff that DC, and by the way, DC did it to themselves. They got nobody to blame. You can't blame outside forces or the fans or whatever. You got to blame DC and Warner Brothers for allowing it to happen. They've got continuity problems because they didn't have a guy behind the scenes like Kevin Feige. Whatever they're doing, they can do. I don't care. But like they need a Kevin Feige to direct traffic, and they didn't have that. So they made it abundantly clear when they cast the Flash for the movies, and it was not Grant Gustin, that they were going to go in a different direction. So they did multiverse stuff. Multiverse is fine, but there's no continuity there. Their TV universe is not what the big screen universe. Okay. And I know animated is animated, and I get it, but like streamers, same thing. And it's like, needs to be some continuity here, right? So they did that to themselves. So as a result of that, James Gunn, you got to find a way to explain these other characters, these other universes. Well, just say it's Elseworlds. Because what else are you going to do? What else can you do? They made that freaking god-awful Flash movie and effed everything up like it wasn't effed up already. The best thing about that movie was Keaton. And Keaton was a great actor, great character in a horrible movie. Sorry, I did not like Flash Flick. We did it in the 6M podcast. If you're curious, you can go check it out. It's me and Phil Lindsay. I think it was just me and Phil did that one. It's not a good movie. But like they got no one to blame but themselves. No one did it to them. Nobody did it to them. They're the ones that dropped the ball in their own continuity. They did that. People can crap on Marvel all day long, and they do. But it's weird because like Marvel at least tries to maintain continuity throughout all their projects. JP says Batman 2 is expected to be released October 1st, 2027. Well, there you go. Do I have faith in Marvel, Doomsday, and Secret Wars? Absolutely. I'm a Marvel guy. I'm biased when it comes to this Marvel stuff, man. I'm a Marvel guy. I think I've made that pretty darn clear over the years. Do I like some projects better than others? Buddy, you better believe it. But I'm a Marvel guy. I make no secret about that, man. That's how I feel. I have faith in that company till I don't have faith anymore. And with me personally, Marvel's got a big margin of error for me. They'd have to tank every project for the next 2 years straight for me to go, I think I'm tapping out. You know what I mean? Like I still got my comics. I still got the old movies. I ain't tapping out. They got me, man. I'm in the bag for Marvel. They're going to get my money every time they release something. Pay for Disney app. Maria, and you know what? To each their own. If you enjoy the Flash movie, good on you. I didn't care for it. There was just 2 babies in a microwave is what did it for me, among many other things. Don't even get me started. It's all in the 6M podcast episode we did. I think we gave it a fair shake. We were fair, but it wasn't, opinions are opinions and editorials are editorials, and they're going to be slanted based on the person writing and recording and hosting based on their own point of view. So it was biased because I didn't enjoy any of it. And I made that very clear. Right. JP says, love Marvel, but I like DC Comics also, but I do prefer Marvel. I've always been a make mine Marvel. I got a bunch of DC in my long boxes at home. Don't get me wrong. I do. But like I'm always Marvel. I will always be a Marvel guy. It just hits my heart closer. Does that sound weird? It hits me closer to my soul what Marvel is. Marvel is, it's just real to me. Marvel's always been real. Like, all the way back to when Stan was still with us. Rest in peace, Stan Lee. But Stan's big thing was, I don't care about the costume. I don't care about that. I care about the guy wearing it. I care that Peter Parker can't make his rent this month. I care that Gwen just dumped him. I care that, a kid spit on him or whatever. That's what married to Stan. He didn't care about the costume. It didn't make a difference. The real story is the characters. That's always going to be the difference for Marvel and DC. And DC has icons. Not that Spider-Man is an icon. He absolutely is an icon. But the story of Spider-Man is not the story of the powers. It's not the story of the web spinning or the rogues gallery. It's not the story of the suits, the mini suits. None of that. The story of Spider-Man is the screwed up kid wearing the suit who can't get anything done right, who every time he turns around, life is taking a massive crap on him. That's Spider-Man. You give me a Spider-Man who's too perfect, I'm going to tell you it's not written correctly. Spider-Man is a tortured Shakespearean character. Like Peter Parker's life got worse when he got the powers, not better. That's Marvel, right? That's how Marvel rolls, man. DC doesn't do that. In DC, it's, well, Bruce Wayne is the Mask. He's really Batman. Really, though? He doesn't have to be, but that's what we all roll with. He died the night his parents were killed. All right, man, whatever. But that's their character. They do what they want. You know what I mean? To me, there's more of a story in the tortured guy who would choose to put on a suit and get punched in the mouth in a dark alley. To me, I'm the gadgets are great, car's great, the bat symbol's awesome. What kid doesn't love that stuff? I sure did. I still do. But like to me, the story is, why does this grown man feel compelled to go throw hands in a dark alley, dressed like an animal, like a rodent? Why? Let's talk about that. But that's me. Other people don't care for that stuff, but to me, I do. Will RDJ make a cameo in the Fantastic Four? I think it'd be a great idea. I think in the end credits, I think it'd be a great idea. We're going to link it to the Avengers films. Don't know if it'll happen, but we'll see. Are you surprised Jurassic World Rebirth is getting some bad reviews? No. And this is no shade against that universe at all. The law of diminishing returns sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes catches up to a franchise. And I think maybe that's what we're seeing with Jurassic. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just an isolated incident. But I think how many times the dinosaurs and they shouldn't be here? I don't know. How many movies are we up to now? I mean, how many movies does this make total? Not saying it can't work. Not saying the next one won't make $1 billion. But in my opinion, it kind of feels like law of diminishing returns. Gerald showed up. What's up, Gerald? Who do I find more relatable, Spider-Man or the Punisher? I think both to a certain degree. I think John Barenthal did such a fantastic job with Punisher that Barenthal's gave more humanity to that character maybe than anybody ever has. And Thomas Jane did a bang-up job. I'm on a record saying Thomas Jane did a bang-up job. But at the same time, I just think Barenthal's done wonderful things for the Punisher character and made him very relatable. Loss is something we can all identify with. If you've lost anybody close to you, you can identify with Bruce Wayne, especially if they were taken from you. And I'm not discounting natural causes but when someone's taken from you, it's the worst. That's how you can relate to Bruce Wayne and Frank Castle and Peter Parker. When someone's taken from you, there is no describing that feeling. If you've never lost anybody because they were taken from you, count yourself lucky, man. And I hope it never happens to you. It's the worst. It's the absolute worst. It's the worst feeling because it's sudden and it didn't have to happen. You know what I mean? Someone has cancer and it's deadly. I'm not trying to make light of it. You got time to prepare more often than not. You have time to prepare. Family has time to prepare. Doesn't make it any easier. But buddy, when they're taken, that's it's a whole other conversation. Brandon says, what are your thoughts on Danhausen probably get released? I say Dan needs to go if he wants to go. They've done nothing with him. I'm incredibly disappointed with AEW. I don't know the full story behind it. But, not being put on TV, great character, always got a pop. Fans love him. If he can do his act in WWE and get a great payday, I say go. I don't see him leave, but I'm not seeing him on my TV. And there's one guy to blame for that, and I don't think it's Danhausen. All I can see it. Well, kids, that's going to do it for us here today, I believe. We're an hour and a little bit of change after. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us today. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for giving us your time and your attention. It always means a lot to me that you guys are hanging out. Thanks for being level-headed with your opinions and your questions, and everybody playing nice and being adult. I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody being cool with me and each other. I thank you for supporting the show all the time and the other podcasts. I'm going to remind you to follow us on the YouTube at Boink Studios. If you're not doing so, you'll get access to all of the shows that we do all the time. Remember to subscribe to Tom Clark's Main Event, the audio version of this show. If you haven't, it's on all the podcast platforms, as is Tom Clark's 6M podcast, Two Nations and a Ted Lasso podcast. Don't forget, a new podcast is on the way. We're going to be announcing that within the month, so stay tuned for that. And also don't forget Tom Clark Reviews, the YouTube-only show on Boink Studios YouTube. Don't forget boinkstudios.com. Go check us out there as well. Your boy's creating content, kids, and he would appreciate some support. So if you guys are so inclined to buy me a coffee, that'd mean loads to me. I'll give you a shout out on the show. You'll be one of my favorite people of all time. So I appreciate you very much. By the way, Ray Dean's on vacation. Ray all day is on vacation. Ray is crushing it, man. I haven't had vacation since 2022. I need to get away. But handing all my money to a hotel has got me worried that I'll have no money left. So I can't have that. There again, kids, we appreciate you very much. Thanks so much for hanging out. Remember to check out the shows on Boink Studios and on all the podcast platforms. Do me a favor, kids. Have a happy, healthy, and safe holiday weekend. I appreciate you. If you're international, just have a great weekend, okay? Everybody be good to each other. Hang tight together out there, kids. We'll get through all this nonsense together, but it's the only way we're going to get through it. Okay, so everybody keep your chin up, chest out. I'll say that. And I won't say the other. But yeah, hopefully we'll make it. Everybody hang together. Thanks again for your support. I appreciate you very much. Come back here a week from today. Big preview show for AEW All In and for ROH Supercard of Honor. You don't want to miss that, okay? It'll be a fun show. I'll have guests here, the whole shebang. I think you'll love it. Thanks again, kids, as always, for hanging out. We appreciate you very much. And we'll see you next time, kids. Everybody have a great weekend. All right? See ya.